Hi friends, in this video I am going to talk about the next 90-day strategy for the UPSC Mains Examination 2022. Hi, I am Santosh Pandey. I have cracked the Civil Services Mains Examination 4 times and have scored more than 100 marks in ethics and around 150 marks in essay. And whatever I am going to share today is out of my experience, because I exactly know from my experience what exactly works and what does not work in the Civil Services Mains Examination. Guys, if I can divide the mains preparation in the next 90 days, I can divide the mains preparation into 3 important pillars. Let me just show you. In the next 90 days, you will have 3 important pillars of your mains preparation. The first pillar will be your optional preparation. And let me tell you, this is the most important pillar. This is the most important pillar. So, if you are not prepared well till now in your optional subject, let me advise you, start focusing more on the optional subject. Okay, you should invest at least 40% to 50% of your time in your optional preparation. If you see the scorecard of the toppers in the last couple of years, you will observe one pattern. And that pattern is most of the toppers, they have scored very high marks in optional subject, around 275 to 300 marks. So without scoring very high marks in optional subject, it is really challenging for you to score a very good rank in the Civil Services Examination, guys. Next comes the GS preparation. Next comes the GS preparation. In the GS preparation, guys, okay, I can divide. It is 1, 2, 3. The nature of paper 1, 2, 3 is same, and the nature of paper 4, which is the ethics paper, is different. Okay, so you need to differentiate between paper 1, 2, 3 and paper 4, guys. Okay, so what you can do is that, okay, 40% in your optional preparation and 40% you can invest in your GS preparation. 40% time you can invest in your GS preparation, and in that 40%, if you have not prepared ethics, if you have already prepared ethics, no problem, you can invest here more time. But if you have not prepared ethics, guys, I can tell you, invest at least 20% of time in your ethics preparation, because from my experience, whatever time you invest in ethics preparation will give you more marks. Okay, I have scored more than 100 and many of my students have scored more than 130, 140, 150 in ethics. So what you can do is that you can invest 20%, or not 20%, if it is more, you can invest 15% of the time in your ethics preparation if you have not prepared. If you have already prepared, no problem, you can invest the entire time in your GS 1, 2, 3. So 25% of the time you should invest in your GS 1, 2, 3. And last but not the least is the essay paper. So at least 20% of the time you should invest in essay paper. What I have seen, many candidates, they ignore this essay paper thinking that essay paper needs no preparation. Guys, I will tell you my own experience. Okay, 1 year I could not get a very good rank just because of essay paper. I know essay paper has destroyed chances of many sincere aspirant, guys. And when I prepared essay properly, you can go and check my scorecard in my 2016 and 2017 UPSC Civil Services Examination. My 2016 score in essay was around 145 marks, and 2017 it was around 138 marks, guys. This means what? This means that if you are focused in your essay preparation, if you put effort in your essay preparation, guys, you can score around 150 marks in essay very easily, guys. But the problem is that most of the candidates, they ignore the essay preparation thinking that this paper does not need any preparation. Guys, I'll tell you, there are few students who can score very well in essay paper without any preparation. But majority of the candidates who are writing the Civil Services Mains Examination, they need focused essay preparation to score very high marks in essay. Guys, let me just tell you, there is very less probability of you scoring more than 125 marks in any of the GS 1, 2, 3 paper, but there is a very high chance that you can score more than 125 marks in your ethics paper, and there is very high marks that you score more than 125 in your essay paper. And the most important is this paper, there is very high probability that you score around 150 marks in both the optional paper. Guys, I'll tell you my experience in 2016 and 2017. You go and you check my scorecard. I scored around 150 in my optional paper. Okay, one paper optional, I think it is optional paper 2. Okay, and in both 16 and 17 I scored 150 marks. So I can tell you, optional paper, if prepared very well, If optional prepare paper you prepare very well, guys, 150 you can score very high. Very high marks you can score. 150. See, 150 you cannot score in GS 1, 2, 3. 150 you cannot score in your ethics paper. 150 you cannot score in your essay paper very easily, but 150 you can score in your optional paper if your preparation is very good. If your preparation is very good, guys, so this is the most important thing. How should you devote time? How should you devote time? So 40% or even 50%, okay, then around 30 to 40% here, and around 15 to 20% in your essay preparation, guys. Next, what you need to do? Next, what you need to do is you need to do like this, guys. What you need to do is that I have a very strong plan, a very I have a very efficient plan for you for the next 90 days. What you need to do is that you divide your day. You divide your day into two parts. You divide in your day in two parts. One is optional and GS. Okay. So optional, what you do in the next 90 days, you divide 45 days to paper 1 and 45 days to paper 2, and you divide in optional paper, okay, you divide in various sections, okay, and you give one week for every section, okay. So if suppose there are 12 sections, okay, for paper 1, you can divide 5 days for one section, or every optional there has some important sections where more questions come, okay, it is up to you. You divide that, and every week you should have a target. Every week you should have a target that this week I am going to basically finish unit 1 of that optional subject. Next week I am going to finish unit 2 of that optional subject. Next week I want to complete the unit 3 of the optional subject. And one more thing, along with your coverage, okay, do the PYQ, previous year question of optional. Guys, I will tell you, in optional subject, if I am correct, you just tell me, if you comment, if you think I am right, if you have observed the same thing. In optional subject, guys, at least 50% of the question is repeated from the last 20 years. How many of you think this is right? At least 50% of the questions in your optional subject, okay, in the mains examination is repeated from the last 20-30 years. If at least the theme is repeated, guys. So if you, what you need to do is that you need to have a target every day. You need to have a target today. Okay, in the next 2-3 days I am going to cover, okay, in next 3 days I am going to cover unit 1. I am going to cover unit 1. So once you cover unit 1, go through all the PYQs. Go through all the PYQs and try to do some answer writing. Try to do answer writing, because answer writing is a must. If you don't do any answer writing, what will happen? In the end, you will struggle to write your answers. Okay, and what you can do here is that you can join a mains test series. You can join a mains test series. If you want that you need a mains test series, then you can go and you can join any mains test series. It will really help you to streamlining your thoughts on your optional, and it will give you a good practice. It will give you a good practice. So guys, this is my suggestion for optional. This is my suggestion for optional. Divide the entire optional subject into 3 days or 4 days target, and for after every 4 days, once you complete that unit, go to the PYQs, solve all the PYQs, and you can enroll yourself in any test series also. In any test series also, even you can enroll yourself for any crash course also. If the teacher is very good, then he will help you to boost your marks at least by 20 to 30 marks. I can challenge you, because optional subject now, the outcome is more compared to the GS paper. In GS paper, whatever you put effort, and if you same effort you put in an optional paper, you can get more rewards. You can get more rewards. So this is my suggestion. Okay, as far as my suggestion goes for GS, what you should do is that, okay, there is a rule of 70. There is a rule of 70. Okay, what is this rule of 70, guys? I'll tell you. Okay, 70% of the question. Okay, 70% of the question. I'll just show you. 70% of the question out of all GS paper, okay, are static oriented directly from the syllabus. Directly, word to word from the syllabus are static oriented. And if you prepare them, you will be able to answer at least 70%. And only 30% of the questions are current oriented. So what you can do is that at least 70% of the time, what you have to give for your GS preparation, what you do, you go and you cover the static notes of the GS syllabus, okay, GS syllabus word to word. Okay, suppose let me just take GS paper 3. Let me just take GS paper 3. So inclusive growth. food processing, animal rearing. You should have prepared some static notes. Go and first revise those static notes, and then what you need to do, you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. What is the plan? You need to have a plan that today I am going to read. Today I am going to read, suppose, inclusive growth. Suppose I am going to read today inclusive growth. So first you revise the static notes. If you have the static notes, if you do not have the static notes, you can make use of the mains master notes. You can make use of the mains master notes. Okay, you can make use of the mains master notes. After you read the inclusive growth from your static notes, then what you need to do, you need to see in the evening that is there any current affairs from this topic of inclusive growth. What is the current development in the topic of inclusive growth? So you will see that there is Oxfam report. There is an Oxfam report that inequality has increased during the corona pandemic. During the corona pandemic, inequality has increased. This means in the last 2-3 years after this corona pandemic, what we are having a K-shaped recovery. We are having a K-shaped recovery. K-shaped recovery is a recovery where some part of the economy is improving while other parts of the economy is not improving, and that is leading to the inequality. And we all know that if the growth is leading to inequality, that growth cannot be called inclusive growth. So even if the question comes current oriented, but the base of the answer, the crux of the answer, you can write only from the static notes. What is inclusive growth? Why do we need inclusive growth? What are the features of inclusive growth? If you do not know this, if you have not read this properly, you will not be able to write a very good answer for the current oriented question also. Even in current oriented question, guys, I tell you, at least 70% of the content in the current oriented question also comes from your static notes. So here there is an advice from my side that please, for every topic you should have a goal. That first, suppose I am going to prepare animal rearing. So what I will do first I will open the static notes, I will read the animal rearing, and then I will observe the last 1 year. Is there any current affairs on animal rearing? Is there any current development in animal rearing? And if there is a current development in animal rearing, I will update my notes and I will finish that topic. Then I will move to the next topic. Then I am going to move to the next topic. But I have to, in the next 90 days, I have to read each and every topic of the syllabus from my static notes. Don't ignore these static notes. Many people, what mistake they do every year is that they run after current affairs compilation. I am not saying that current affairs you should ignore. Okay, questions will come current oriented. Questions are going to come current oriented, but guys, the content which you write in the answer will be static oriented. Guys, I am going to prove this with a paper. I will take one paper, civil services paper, and I am going to prove this, guys. So what you need to do is that in the next 90 days, have a concrete plan for the general studies. That every day what you need to cover. You first read from your static notes, and then you see what was the current development on that topic that year, and you do some answer writing on that topic, and that topic is done. Okay, so what you need to do, guys, you need to first make a plan. Once you made a plan, that day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. Okay, what is my target? And you divide the entire syllabus into daily target. And in that daily target, first you read your static notes. Then you sit and you refer the current affairs. If you can refer the current affairs magazine, you see what was the current development on that static topic. And after you prepare the static notes, and once you prepare this, then you do 1 or 2 questions and you do the answer writing on the topic. Guys, here I would like to tell that I am going to help you with daily answer writing practice for the next 90 days. Every day I will give you some target. Please let me just show you. Okay, let me just show you, guys. You see here, every day I have made a plan for the next 90 days. So you see here, it starts from tomorrow. Tomorrow there is an orientation, okay, which I will explain you exactly what you need to do. And you see, every day I have given one target. You need to read this, and then in the evening I am going to help you to understand, to know what is the current dimension of that topic, what is the current dimension of the topic. So like this, every day, you see, every day there is a target. And the beauty of this timetable is that, every Sunday there is essay preparation. Every Sunday, one day you have to allot to your essay preparation. So at least in the next 90 days, at least 12 to 15 days you have allotted to your essay preparation. So if you follow this timetable, then you can focus on those areas where you can maximize your marks. You see here, every Wednesday, you see, two things I have included in this timetable. Every Wednesday I have kept case study. I am going to discuss one case study every Wednesday. Okay, and every Sunday I am going to discuss one essay. Every Sunday I am going to discuss one essay. I can tell you most of the case study which will come in the Civil Services Mains Examination 2022 and most of the essay topic which will come in the Civil Services Exam 2022 will come from these discussions. Okay. Oh, so even if you are not able to attend those discussions, no problem. You can follow this timetable. And every day, suppose day 10. First you read the basic notes on this topic. And then you see what is the current development on that topic. You can see ethics, so generally there is very less current development, but you see in other areas what you need to do. In other, like in GS paper, you see in geography, guys. Okay, key distribution of key natural resources. So what are the key natural resources this year? Okay, rare earth metal. This year in prelims they came. Okay, monazite sand, thorium, oil. Okay, oil. You see. Coal is in news, lithium is in news, guys. So what you need to do is that this static thing is there, and then what is the current affairs that day. So every day there is a target. I will help you to cover this. The current aspect of that I am going to help you to cover this, guys. So like that, every day you have a target. So if you follow this target, okay, this plan, okay, you will not leave any topic of the syllabus. The main mistake what candidates do is that when they read current affairs compilation, they leave some topics of the syllabus. Okay, they do the opposite. What they have to do, first you have to read the static and then you have to link it to the current. But what they do, they read the current and they try to link into the static. That is not the right way of doing it, because in current there might be some topics which are not there in current last year, but UPSC can ask anything. UPSC can ask any question which might not be in current affairs also, but there will be in the static syllabus. You see last year question. You can see here last year question, guys. You can see here last year question. Okay, if you critically analyze last year question also, yeah, you can see here. Okay, most of the questions if you see was static oriented. Most of the question, you see here, just I'll show you. Okay, discuss the difference between capital budget and revenue budget. Static. Okay, how did land reforms help in some reforms in some part of the country help to improve the socio-economic condition of the marginal and small farm? As again static. Okay, how and to what extent micro irrigation can help in India's water problem? Again static. Okay, so if you analyze, there will be 3 to 4 questions. I'm not denying that there will be 3 to 4 questions which are current oriented, but 70% of the questions will be static oriented. So first you read the static syllabus of that topic as per this plan. You see day 82-84. Okay, first you read environment, ecology, biodiversity, ecosystem conservation, environmental pollution, degradation, environment impact assessment. Just go through the static notes once. And then you see which topics are in news. This year you must be knowing that biodiversity is in news. Okay, guys. Okay, pollution is in news. Plastic pollution is in news. Air pollution is in news. Okay, air pollution last year only they have asked, WHO. Okay, so plastic pollution they can ask this year. Plastic pollution they can ask. Okay, so but before doing that, just go through this static notes and then you link to the current affairs. Don't do the opposite. That is the main mistake many candidates commit. That is why even after repeated attempts, they are unable to crack mains. I get many students, they say that, sir, I am unable to crack mains. Every year I am writing mains, but I am unable to crack mains. The reason is their static, the base is very weak. The content quality is very weak because they have not prepared the topics like this. They have not prepared the topic, environmental impact assessment. They have not prepared the basic of that topic they have not prepared. So they are just reading some current affairs stuff, and in current affairs they will not cover this basic topics. They will not cover. They will only cover the current aspects of that. So when you write the answers, even if you know the answer, when you write the answer, the quality of the content is very weak. And when the quality of the content is very weak, examiner will not give you very high marks. But I will tell you, even if you don't know the current aspect, but you write the basics. Suppose there is a question on environmental impact assessment. You don't know what is the current aspect of that environmental impact assessment, but you go and you fill the page with environment impact assessment. I can tell you at least 30% marks you will get. At least 30% marks you are going to get, guys. That is the beauty of preparing the static properly. That is the beauty of preparing static properly. And here I would like to tell you that I have prepared static notes on each and every topic of the syllabus. And if you read those static notes, guys, I can tell you can score very high marks in the UPSC mains examination. So guys, let me just wrap up this 90-day strategy. What you can do is that you can download from the link below this 90-day strategy. You can download from the link below this 90-day strategy. You can follow my mains master notes every day. First you cover this topic from the mains master notes, and then what you can do is you can attend my daily answer writing session. In daily answer writing session, guys, I am going to cover the current aspect of that topic. Also current aspect of that topic. Suppose freedom struggle. Okay, freedom struggle. Okay, this year which movement is important? Gadar party. In prelims also they have asked Gadar party. So we will cover that aspect. We will cover that aspect, guys. So like that I have tried to basically I have tried to make this entire this 90 days. I am going to help, guys. If you need my help, please see the description box, and I will be more than grateful to help you to crack this mains examination. See, mains is an opportunity. Mains is an opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity for the next 90 days. Follow this strategy in the next 90 days. I can tell you, if you really work very hard, if you really work on your static, if you really able to link with the current affairs, guys, in the next 90 days you are going to crack the mains examination. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye.